Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to Elizabeth Beetham, Dominic Beirne, Healthy Mind and Body. And tonight we're going to be talking about how happy memories, why happy memories more importantly, are important for our health and our well-being, certainly our mental health. So how are you, Elizabeth?
Really well, thank you, Dominic. Yeah, feeling good.
You're looking well.
A nice week.
You're looking well as always.
Thank you.
So tonight we're talking about why happy memories are so important for our health. By the way, if anybody want to make comments or ask questions, please do, and we'll do our best to answer them. If you haven't already subscribed to the video, to the channel, please do. So before we just get off, I just want to actually just pay respect and for Captain Tom, who sadly died today, who was the hero who raised over £32 million pounds for the National Health Service. And I just want to say that both Elizabeth and mine, thoughts and prayers are with the family of Captain Tom. And it's funny, we're talking about happy memories tonight and why they're so important to our health. Well, you know, even though it's sad that Captain Tom have died today, but you know, when we look back at what he did, that actually makes you feel good. You know what I mean? What he did, you know, a man back then, nearly 100 years of age when he did that, and raised all that money by walking up and down and around his garden every day. And at a time when we were all in pretty a dark place, a lot of us were anyway, with the first lockdown. And so he was an inspiration to all of us.
He was, totally.
Yeah, and gave it hope, you know, and, you know, and to be able to look back on that, you know, especially today, you know, with the sad news that he died, we can look back with fond memories of what he did and how he inspires all of us. And, you know, what a wonderful man. And, you know, just thinking about him now, actually, it feels good, you know, what he did at that age. Would you agree, Elizabeth?
Yes, absolutely. One of my happy memories of him is when they did the fly past. And his face, he was just beaming with happiness.
It was, wasn't it?
And his achievement, you know, whatever he did in the rest of his life, haven't really read much about him, but certainly what he achieved in the last year or so of his life is just incredible. Absolutely. And it is good to focus on those happy memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, for our health, why it's good to think about happy memories. And I've really enjoyed this week because I've been going over in my mind some of the lovely things that have happened to me in my life. And, you know, from the birth of my children, lots of lovely warm feelings. And of course, what happens with the body when we're feeling positive and remembering those lovely things is that we release the hormones, oxytocin, serotonin, and the endorphins. Those are famously the happy hormones. And that's what we need, and we need it more than ever at the moment. Absolutely. So what I would suggest to you actually is, why not get together like Dominic and I are at the moment and have a Zoom or a Skype or whatever media you use with your family and just talk about those happy memories and create that feel-good factor that will carry you through another little while, and you can keep turning your mind to those lovely memories that you've made during your life, and in so doing, that will release those hormones. Dopamine is another one. It's that's associated with the reward system. Well, it is a reward. When we start thinking positively, we will get the release of those really important hormones, and that will really be positive for your health.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, even like thing about memories is that good and bad, really. And I'm going to mention bad for a moment because, and I'll explain why in a moment. Is that if we take the learning from them as well, you know, good memories, going back into good memories and really associating in them, you know, and being there, making it big and bright and getting back into it, it really can take us back to that moment of feeling really good.
Absolutely.
Now, with bad memories, obviously, you know, we don't want to be thinking about them too much. But if you are thinking about them, you should dissociate from them, keep them far away from you, because even with bad memories, they can be useful as far as taking the learning where you've made mistakes or whatever. Sometimes we need to remember those times just to remind ourselves we don't want to make that same mistake again.
Absolutely.
And that in itself can be empowering.
I really agree with you.
You know, a lot of research has been done that children who have good relationship with their parents, when as adults go back and remember those times, it can be very empowering for them. And also, so they found that you're less likely to go into depression if you think back to your happy memories you had as a child, you know, with your parents and loved ones around you. So it's not just something we're just kind of coming off the wall with here. This has actually been a lot of research has gone into why happy memories are very important for our health, especially our mental health.
Yes, thinking that a very good point there, Dominic, that you've made, because with the grieving process, what really is helpful during grieving is to focus the mind on the happy things that you did together. When it's very hard to lose a loved one. I'm sure for Sir Tom's family, it's going to be a really hard time to lose him, and for lots of his friends. But when, as you said earlier, you know, when you think about the wonderful things that he did, and when we lose anyone, if we hold on to those lovely memories that we made when they were alive, it really helps heal, and it helps us manage the grieving process, which is pretty difficult at times. You know, I know from my own experience.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing about
we
sadness,
need those positive, happy memories to help us through when it's difficult. Definitely. And that is good for our health.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with you, Elizabeth. And also, what we've got to remember about sadness is actually a very natural human emotion.
Yeah.
And just because, you know, like my grandfather died when I think I was 23, so it was back in the late 80s. And, you know, when I think about him, I still miss him. I still feel sad that he's not about. But I still feel good when I think about him, because I remember all the happy, fun times that we had together, you know. So, as I was saying, sadness is okay. Grieving is a natural process. But as you said, Elizabeth, you're totally right. It's okay to think about the happy times, you know, as well, because that can get us through those hard and difficult times.
Yeah, that's the benefit. Those are the benefits, and that's why we'd like to encourage you tonight.
Yeah.
I'd like to share one of my happy memories that I was thinking of, because at the moment, of course, we're not doing. Now, I won't bore you.
Okay.
Behave. I remember my first trip to Italy. We can't travel at the moment, and I love travel. So we're not able to travel. So it came to mind my first visit to Italy, and we stayed in a hotel in a place called La Sabira, which is between Florence and Siena. And I loved Siena. It's so beautiful. And we stayed in this hotel, and it was a converted monastery. And we walked up we took a walk up to some of the high buildings on the complex. And I looked out onto this just incredible scenery. And it's actually, you know, in your life, you have those moments that do take your breath away. And I have to say, Italy is one of my favourite countries. And that view just took my breath away. And when I think of that memory, it just makes me feel really positive, and it makes me feel good and makes me feel happy. And this is what we want to encourage you to do tonight, is get on to some of those memories, you know, some of those travel things that you've done that, you know, we're missing at the moment, but you've had that experience.
Yeah.
It's the best way of spending money is on experiences, because those are things that stay with us. Those are the things that give us the memories that enrich our lives, actually.
Yeah.
So we will be able to travel, I'm sure, before too much longer. But it's a very good, positive thing to do, and will be really good for you and your family to start thinking about some of those lovely trips that you've done.
Yeah.
I can
I like
remember
what you said earlier, Elizabeth, about you telling people to get together on Zoom or you know, FaceTime or whatever with your family and friends. Brilliant. You know, that's such a good idea, because, you know, that's the time when you get together safely and you can talk about old time memories, etc., and have a good laugh. It's, you know, and it's so important to reconnect in that way into happy memories. So,
and laughter is another aspect, isn't it, of creating the memories, that some of the things that, you know, have made us laugh. It's usually around, with me, it's around my family. My daughter's such good company, and we every year up until recently, we go away for the weekend. We go up to we go away up to Chester, stay at a hotel there, and we always have great fun. And so those are things that, you know, we need to hang on to at the moment.
Definitely.
What about you? Have you got some happy memories, Dominic?
Yeah, I've got quite a lot. I maybe not mentioning them on camera at the moment, but yeah. But one of the things I do a lot, and again, I've noticed in lockdown, is because, you know, I'm not seeing some my close friends anymore, and, you know, family and that. And what I find myself doing quite a bit is in the evening, I don't know why, I'd start remembering things that I've done with friends and that, or family members, and I actually find myself laughing. Yeah. Actually laughing on a sofa with my small glass of wine, and I find, you know, it's funny, because I was just thinking about it last night, because I knew what we're going to be talking about today, and I just thought, you know, this is one of the things I do a lot. You know, in the evening, certainly in lockdown, when I can't see my good friends and family and that, I find myself remembering a lot of things that we did and got up to together that make me laugh. And it's a great way to go to bed, feeling great, you know. So
it is a good way, actually. Very, very good point, Dominic. Because what better way to fall to sleep is going over in your mind some of the times when you have laughed till you've cried, or you have been touched. Last week I had Friday, it was actually. I had really. I'm quite an emotional person. I presume that comes across. No comment, Dominic. But I'm working in my office, and the doorbell goes, and I have a young couple that are friends of mine with their daughter, Ariel, her name is. She's about 3. And Ariel is standing there with a bunch of white flowers for me. And it was just so, you know, it's just, that will stick with me. It was such a sweet thing to do. They wanted to check I was okay. And it was great to see them. They're expecting, so they bought me, they've been for a scan. So I've got a picture of the new baby that I've pinned up on my calendar. But it just warmed my heart.
Good, yeah. It is great, and this is why it's so important, you know, and this is the message we want to get out to everybody that's watching, is that, you know, we are going through difficult times at the moment, and, you know, all right, we've got the vaccine being rolled out, but with the new strain coming out, and, you know, it's more bad news than good news, right? So this is why this is so important at this moment of time to get together online with friends and just talk about old happy memories, things that you did that made you laugh, fun times, enjoyable times, because that changed your state inwards. And if you're in a better mental state, then your immune system is going to be stronger.
Absolutely, because all those feel-good hormones that you release when you're in that positive mindset, that's what help us, and that's what will see us through these dark days.
Yeah, and as I said, it build up the immune system. Your mental state have a very big connection with your immune system.
Yeah.
And so if you're in a good state and a happy state, your immune system is going to, in most cases anyway, I don't want to generalize here, but, it have been a lot of research done into this, that your immune system is stronger and it can work better for you. And certainly when we've got a virus going around like this, we owe it to ourselves to get ourselves into a better state. And
we do.
We can do that is by remembering happy memories and getting and talking about them with people.
Yeah, there are some foods that serotonin is produced in the gut. So there are some foods that we can eat that will help produce more serotonin. Berries, oats, can't think of anything, beetroot, trying to think of them, onions, mushrooms. These all help produce that feel-good hormone. And as Dominic said, which is a really good point, when we are in this state of positivity and these hormones are released in the body, that actually helps build a strong immune system. And we need that more than ever at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, one of the things you can all do tonight is, whether you drink or not alcohol, pour out a drink or get a cup of tea, and let's just raise the glass for Tom, Captain Tom. Remember, what an inspiration he was for all of us, and that's great. I mean, just thinking about him again, talking about him now, I feel good. I feel proud that, that we were able to witness this guy do something incredible, absolutely amazing. And that feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good.
I think also, Dominic, we've got to create, as you talk about hope, and I think we've got our lovely memories, and I've just talked about Italy. I was fortunate enough to go away in the autumn last year before we were locked down again. And there's some fabulous places to holiday. I went to Devon to a place called Chagford, did some fabulous walks. The weather was good. I really felt quite fit then as well. I really had a wonderful, memorable holiday. Yeah. And we can plan to do those things now, because in so doing, that will also plant that hope in our minds, and also our imagination of how lovely it's going to be on holiday again. Yeah. And to be able to do these things and to be with our family. It's oxytocin is the touch, is the hormone that's produced with touch. And actually it can be produced with the right eye contact. And when we're in love, we have lots of oxytocin. Pregnant women have more of it, and certainly when they're in labour, they produce it. And we're missing, we're missing those touches, those hugs from our family, but we can see them by doing things like this. So I really encourage you to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so important right now at this moment of time, and it's always important, to be in a better state, but we said this before. I've said it before. We're going through a crisis that the world had never seen before, and the government and the scientists are learning a little bit more every day from it. So there is as I said before, it's light at the end of the tunnel. It might be small at the moment, but we're getting there. And so, as we'll all continue that journey together to the end of the tunnel, let's be in a good state. Let's do everything we can for ourselves, and not just for ourselves, but to our loved ones, to get them in a good state. Talk about happy memories. It's so important.
Indeed.
It's so important. If anyone got any comments or questions they want to
ask us,
please put them on and I'll bring them up. Any other thoughts on that, Elizabeth? Or
Yes, well, if we're closing down now this discussion, Dominic, what I would like is to encourage people. Don't do it tonight, don't do it tomorrow, but plan. Have a little plan for you to do a Zoom or a Skype with a few of your friends or your family. And for the next few days, build up those thoughts of those happy memories, those things that put a smile on your face, those times when you laughed so much that you cried. Get those memories going into in your mind, and plan and give it a few days, and then organize. It's not difficult to organize Zoom or we use StreamYard, but the Skype, and there's lots of platforms now. So have a little plan and organise that get together, but give yourself some build up to it, because actually the build up to thinking about those happy thoughts is so good for you. It's so it just makes you focus on the positive.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
It's that word again, Dominic. That absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah. So okay. Well, I think we'll wrap up there. Just remember, get together with friends and family online. Have a happy memory party. A happy memory. Arrange a happy memory
party.
Get your wine out, or Elizabeth.
Have a glass of champagne to that, Dominic. It's February now.
Just get together and online and have a happy memory party. And let us know how you get on.
Yes, please do. Yeah. We could start a new movement.
Yeah,
happy
absolutely.
Memory parties.
All our details will be in the description, so you can contact both myself and Elizabeth on our Twitter accounts or Facebook accounts, and we'd love to hear from you. If you've got anything you want us to talk about to do with health, mental or physical health, please let us know. And we will definitely do our best to run a live stream on that.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So okay, well over to you now.
Dominic, we're on week 4 of our weight management program you're supposed to be telling us about.
Yeah, absolutely. If people want to watch that, the first 3 weeks are highlights of the sessions are already on this channel, so you can see how well our volunteers are getting on. And they're already, the weight's coming off them, their confidence improving, and the next week 4 will be up on Friday evening. So again, do have a look and see for yourself how well they're getting on. And that program will be available for you, the public, come the 25th of February. Is that right?
Oh yes, we're opening up to the public. The first course starts on the 25th of February. And you'll be able to join us, and we'll be able to help you to get to your ideal weight, shape and size, and also have the health and vitality we all deserve.
Yeah, definitely. So okay, so I think it's goodbye for me, isn't it? Goodbye.
I think so, Dominic.
And remember, by the way, everybody, to subscribe and like the video.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it. Share this. If you don't share any other, share this one. because it's so important for people to know the importance of happy memories for your well-being, certainly your mental health. So please do share the video, like it, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so it's goodbye from me.
And it's definitely goodbye from me.
And
See you next week.
Everyone that tuned in to watch, thanks very much. Take care and look after yourself.
Bye.